What's up, team? And welcome to Mettle Memo number 32. Today's topics include check the facts, check in text, meals and macros, and training and workouts. As you know, we are on a 12-week summer shred program. I decided to extend this for another 4 weeks. So next week will be week 12, and then you have another 4 weeks, a full month of the summer shred, bringing you right into the middle of summer. And when we're done with it, you'll have a total of 16 weeks ready to download so you can use it at any time. Also, supplements. I've been using Transparent Labs, which is the cleanest supplements out on the market. It's third-party tested. My go-to are whey protein, the chocolate chip banana bread, creatine HMB, the orange flavor, vitamin D3 and K2, and I also take ketones, which is an alternative energy source to boost your performance really without caffeine. So if you're interested in these, the link will be in the description below, and you'll get a discount when you sign up. Let's begin. Part 1, lesson learned. Check the facts. Have you ever heard a tone of someone's voice that you assume was them pulling away or feeling disconnected just to find out that it had nothing to do with you at all? Well, that happened to me. Fortunately, I have built skill sets to help mitigate falling into a spiral of these negative thoughts. So this week, I revisited a DBT, a dialectical behavioral therapy concept that hit harder than expected, which was checking the facts. It's one of those skills that just sounds simple, almost too simple, but using it changed the direction of my entire week. I had been spiraling over a conversation that left me feeling rejected. My mind jumped straight to the worst case scenarios. Quote, they're upset with me. I said something wrong. They're pulling away. It felt so real in the moment, but something told me to pause and actually check the facts. So I did. I opened up the DBT workbook and walked myself through the steps. Step 1. What are the actual facts of the situation? Not how I perceive them, but the actual facts. And step 2 is what actually happened versus what I assumed is happening. So it turned out the person had simply been short in their response because they were overwhelmed with work, and that's it. No hidden meaning, no personal attack. My emotional brain had created a narrative that wasn't grounded in reality. And that narrative was making me suffer more than I needed to. So using check the facts didn't invalidate how I felt, but it gave me enough space to see those feelings from a different perspective. It was like flipping a switch in a dark room. Suddenly, I wasn't consumed with insecurity or anxiety. I could still acknowledge the discomfort, but I didn't have to fuel it. That skill gave me clarity, and in turn, it gave me peace this week. This week reminded me that I don't have to believe every story my emotions try to tell me. With tools like DBT, I can be compassionate with myself and keep my mind honest. So check the facts. Isn't about denying emotion. It's about making sure my next step is based in truth, not fear. And for me, that made all the difference. Part 2, tip this week. Check in text. Lately, I've been thinking about how easy it is to overlook the people who make our lives quietly, consistently better. We chase these big goals, stress about the future, and scroll past moments that deserve our full attention. But when I slow down and really take inventory, I'm reminded how lucky I am to have certain people in my corner. Those who listen without judgment, show up without being asked, and bring out the best in me just by being themselves. It's not always the loud, celebratory moments that make relationships meaningful. It's the check-in text, the shared silence, the way someone remembers a small detail you mentioned weeks ago. I'm learning that gratitude for those people in my life isn't just about saying thank you. It's about letting them know they matter while they're still around to hear it. And it's about showing up for them in return with the same care and the same presence that they've shown me. Being grateful doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means recognizing what's already good and realizing who you have beside you is often more important than what's in front of you. If you got even one person who sees you, supports you, or helps you laugh on the hard days, you've got something worth holding on to pretty close. So this week, my wife came back into town after a trip back home to France for about 2 months. Regardless of our constant conversations, the feeling of having her back home in our house is something I'm beyond grateful for. Celebrate those people that support you, that are close to you, and that you care for. So, my tip this week is randomly text a friend and say you have been thinking about them and that you are grateful for them. Part 3, what I am eating. Below are some pictures and macros of food I enjoyed cooking or eating this week. So it's still a little bland because my wife just got back, so I'm cooking for myself. Also, I went backpacking, so there's one meal in here that I will describe that I brought on a trip when I went on the Trans-Catalina Trail. So the first one is sirloin steak. I cooked it in beef tallow. I did a broccoli slaw with carrots and a half cup of ancient grain rice. Total calories 350, protein 39, fat 11, and net carbs 18 grams. Number 2, this is a picture of Creatures of Habit Meal 1. Now, this is a meal that I take every single morning, and it's actually an incredible meal for bringing on backpacking. It's light, it's easy, and it's 340 calories, 30 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat, and 29 grams of net carbs. Overnight oats, Creatures of Habit. Check it out. It's amazing. And the last picture, kept it light. Sirloin steak, cooked in ghee this time, and a little gem salad with green goddess dressing. I also had a slice of sourdough bread, but it's not pictured because, well, it was in the toaster. So calories 383, protein 45, fat 9, and net carbs 26. Part 4, how I am training. So instead of like cardio, this is more of like an other category. So this past week, I hiked the Trans-Catalina Trail, which is an island off the coast of California. It's a 42-kilometer trek across the island, and it's about an hour and a half ferry ride from SoCal itself. It was a massive effort on day one, and then pretty easy, honestly, for the remainder of the days. The total elevation gain was 5,500 feet. We rocked about 30 to 35-pound backpacks and camped at some of the coolest campgrounds I had ever been to. There's also been a huge swell that hit Southern California, so I've been surfing a lot. I mainly surf between 3 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. I know it's weird, but I got a crew of guys that we do it with, and it's great. So it's hard to get like content or photos or pictures or anything. It's literally pitch black. So it's been great, honestly, to explore a lot of the outdoors and be outside and really experience what California has to offer. So I've been enjoying that. Running. Next week will be the first week that we're actually hitting intervals and hill sprints, and we're going to be working in that higher pacing. So this past week has been a deload week. Previous weeks were around 20 to 25 miles of running, and this week's going to be about 16. So still pretty easy, and I'm still running every other day. And then lifting is the Summer Shred program. So this program focuses on leaning out and building muscle during these warm months in the summer. This is really my go-to program at the moment. It's 2 times upper body training days, 2 times lower body training days, 1 HIIT session, high intensity intervals, and then 1 low intensity cardio. Now, I'm personally mixing in some running as that's really my main focus, building into the marathons over the next 6 to 8 months. But the lifting portion of this is my absolute go-to, and I love the HIIT training midweek. So you could use the link that's in the description or in the newsletter. You get 1 week completely free. And if you like it, check it out on the Substack. It's $6 a month. It's like a cup of coffee. You get a full month of training every month. You get recipes, you get some mental health tips, and other posts that I like to add to just paid subscribers. So check it out. And that is it for Mettle Memo number 32. As always, happy training.